you know, the year of Jack just popped up. It's the Lizard Man.
Ghostface and Scream and all that.
Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2025 update. John Murdy has tweeted out many things. We have new spec maps. More information has been secretly revealed within interviews. On that note, it's time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day. We're gonna go back to HHN 2004, right? We didn't really have an icon that year. Then the hat says freaking scary. So on that note, let's roll the commercial. Okay, welcome back. We're heading in. We're also gonna be riding the floats tonight, you know, throwing beads. Allison has never done it. Over here they have some posters up for the new Blumhouse film, The Woman in the Yard. And then over here they have a little poster for Megan 2.0, only in theaters June 27th. The rumor is we're not gonna be having a Megan house, but there might be some Megan representation in some form at HHN this year. Now they have like these little planters set up over here. Looks like the pipe is overflowing, so they're using the plants to absorb some of the moisture before it goes into the drain over there. So if you go up to some of the performers, some of them will have the special doubloon for this year. So they come in different colors. It says Universal Mardi Gras right there. And then on the back, it'll say Mardi Gras 30. So it's a special 30th anniversary coin. Now they used to throw these coins out during like parades and stuff for like HHN and different events. If you go up to some of the performers, some of them will have them. All right, so we're at the Puerto Rico booth. And my favorite thing I've eaten all Mardi Gras, one of the best things I've ever had at Universal, is the pincho. So I'm gonna get one of those. And then we're gonna try the cheese dog also. All right, so first off, we got the cheese dog. It's gonna be an all beef hot dog with cheddar cheese wrapped in an empanada disc served with a mayo ketchup. Cheese dog, really good. Remind me of kind of like a homemade pig in a blanket. I'm gonna do like 8.5 on the cheese dog. I like kind of the empanada pastry crust on the outside. It adds a bit of a different texture to it. And now it's time for my favorite thing, the pincho. It's gonna be a char-grilled pork shoulder skewer with a guava barbecue sauce. 10 out of 10 on this thing.
It's a must.
Barbecue sauce is like the nectar of the gods. Incredible. You gotta get it when you're here. So this is the old smoking section, but there's a fun little HHN Easter egg over here. So like we're talking about the little doubloons, they used to throw them out for HHN because HHN used to have a parade. So these are from 2000. These would be, you know, the year of Jack. So there was 3 different colors that was thrown out that year. That's why I love Universal so much. You notice weird things all the time. You have some sort of little rabbit with some beads hiding inside of this box. And then over here you can see they're working on the fountains for the nighttime show. It's gone. It's gone missing. Okay, so it's popped up and then gone missing. I did get a photo of it and a little video of it. The cake from Triplets of Terror, they would take a birthday cake and every year you'd see it on the table. It wasn't here. There was the Triplets of Terror cake right there. I promise you. Back at the tribute store, it's time to go over a new cryptid for you guys. And over here, I just noticed this. They have a remember shoplifting is a crime. And above the thanks is a little Tribby, the little tribute store HHN mascot. Inside here, they have little dinosaurs, right? But there's one raptor, and it's blue, to represent Blue from Jurassic World. One day, they will sell us merchandise. One day, annual pass holders will be really happy. But until then, they will forever tease us with stuff inside the case. All right, so the cryptid we're gonna be talking about today is gonna be this one. The Kushmar is a nightmare spirit or demon believed to attack sleepers, causing a feeling of being suffocated or having something heavy on their chest, often associated with sleep paralysis. Now, the origin from the word means nightmare in French. All right, so we'll cover this cryptid in an upcoming video, but what'd you discover?
Well, we were looking at this photo here. Authentic Lucaru, the werewolf from New Orleans, they have to be wearing blue jeans in order for it to be a true, authentic spotting. And we found one.
He's got his blue jeans on. So this is brand new. This just popped up. It's the Lizard Man. It's wild to me that they're just having different cryptids pop up. And the Lizard Man is celebrating Mardi Gras with some beads, but I don't know how comfortable standing like that all day is going to be, Lizard Man. So our first little representation of the Lizard Man was actually over here. Right here it says, image captured by boater about to get taken by monster. Photographer survived. So you'd see they were on the Legends of the Bayou tour, and then there was the Lizard Man. The Lizard Man is a reptilian cryptozoological creature said to inhabit swampland in and around Lee County, South Carolina. Human-like in form, the Lizard Man is said to have many reptilian or dinosaur-like qualities, including green, scaly skin, and three-toed feet and hands. According to witnesses, each of its digits has a circular pad, allows it to cling to trees and walls like a gecko. The Lizard Man was first reported on June 29th, 1988 by a 16-year-old named Christopher Davis, who claims he was chased by the creature after stopping to change a flat tire. Several reports followed during the summer of 1988, many of them mentioning unusual scratches or bite marks on cars parked near swamps. The local sheriff's department chalked the sightings up to a lone bear, but were later puzzled when biologists were unable to classify a plastic cast of a three-toed, 14-inch footprint taken from the area. While the Lizard Man is a relatively recent cryptozoological phenomenon in the Americas, tales of reptilian beings can be traced back several millennia in other areas of the world. Now, that's why you have to keep coming back into the tribute store, because they're constantly adding details. It's evolving. The story evolves over the course of the tribute store, and then we always get like a final tease, like the final couple days of the tribute store before it closes for what's upcoming. So speaking of the tribute store, as you know, they've kind of announced that there is a Jaws souvenir bucket coming. I was also hearing that there's gonna be some Jaws themed like food booths. I don't know if it's coming to Orlando or Hollywood, but it sounds like there's gonna be a big Jaws summer happening to celebrate the anniversary. Now, we don't know if this is gonna be a new tribute store for the summertime or not, but it does sound like there's gonna be a big Jaws celebration throughout the entire country, even at the Academy of Motion Pictures Museum. All right, so this is a big deal. So Attractions Magazine tweeted this out. Jaws, the exhibition, will open at the Academy of Motion Pictures in Los Angeles on September 14th and will run through July 26th, 2026. Over 200 items will be on display, including some from the collection of Steven Spielberg. As previously announced, Disney will release a Jaws documentary this summer. If you've never been to the Academy of Motion Pictures Museum, it's awesome. So there's an interesting tweet about Hami Kumai potentially coming to Universal Studios Orlando. So let's go over that real quick. Okay, so Hallowed Horror tweeted out this. We've opted to put Hami Kumai, HHN, Japan's favorite icon, on the map, as it was brought to our attention by multiple sources that Universal has filed trademarks for him to appear in the US, aka Hollywood and Orlando, as a character in merchandise and a costume performer. This has many implications, such as a potential being the icon of HHN 34/2025, and we're pretty certain you'll see this chaotic bear in some capacity in this year on both coasts. So yeah, that's such a fun character at the International Park. It would be interesting to see if he did pop up here, how that would work and where it would pop up. All right, so when it comes to riding the parade floats, you can do it for free. If you're an annual pass holder, they do an annual pass holder drop for a certain amount of reservations. It is kind of a pain in the butt, and a lot of people don't get it. If you want to guarantee a spot, they have like a dining package where you're guaranteed a spot on the float, and then you kind of get like a 3-course meal at like one of the restaurants. So if you want to guarantee a spot, purchase the dining package. Check-in is going to be over here at the Animal Actors stage. All right, we're checking in over here. So there's a couple of restrictions. All riders must be 18 years or accompanied by a parent or legal guardian. You have to fill out a survey. After you finish the survey, it takes you to Epic Universe grand opening. This is where you hang out before you go on the float. You go pick up our costumes now. You got this. Go to bathrooms before, because once you're on the parade float, you can't go.
They don't have bathrooms?
No.
My name is Morgan. I usually don't wear sunglasses, but as you can see, the sun is blinding all of us. But it's a beautiful, lovely day to go on a Mardi Gras float. Oh, this is a great group today. I love this energy. All right, first and foremost, over there.
All right, we're heading to our floats now. So, on that note, let's go over some Murdy tweets. I think it's John Murdy right there. John! So John Murdy tweeted out this. Just to confuse you, completed the treatment for a house today, came in at 124 pages. Been working on it the last 2 weeks, but don't get too excited. You're not gonna see it this year, not because any changes to the event lineup, Just ... because. Talk among yourselves. So then Peter responds with, so it's for 2026 ? So John responds with, yes, but I'm not telling anyone else but you, because I want to see their wild theories that are presented as fact, because they know someone on the inside who is in fact a dude who works at Hot Topic, play out in a series of increasingly preposterous speculation videos. I just find this tweet kind of disrespectful to the HHN community, that John's just kind of like making fun of them. And then Horror Night Madness tweeted this: what's one thing you had to research for this house? John said early 80s synth-based movie scores. JB said another year-round house opening next year. And John said, no, it's not for HHN. I believe what John is talking about is a new treatment for FanFest for next year. John and the HHN Hollywood team created FanFest, so I just think John was working on IP-based FanFest house experience, and he's just trying to confuse us all. And then Jackson the Clown said, so you just need to finish 2 more treatments for this year, or do you just need to finish 1 more? And John says, I think it's 2... but I'm all over the place this year.
The tips when you're riding the float: take an ibuprofen. You will be so sore afterwards, and also make sure to stretch. You're gonna be working muscles you didn't know existed in your body. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, you have all this adrenaline during the parade, and then you like lay down in bed when you get home, and you're like, oh my God, why does everything hurt? But it's worth it.
It's time to start throwing the beads. First time doing beads, how was it?
I highly recommend. That was a lot of fun. It was fabulous.
What was your favorite part?
I think whenever I would make eye contact with somebody and then I would toss it and they catch it and then they give me a thumbs up and I give them a thumbs up, like we did something special together.
Made the connection with the people. I point at them, throw it, and they catch it, and you're like, I see you.
All right, back to HHN updates. Woodbury said many things in the New York Times interview, but he stated this.
Okay, so Mark Woodbury said this in an interview. We're going to roll these out across the country and the world, Woodbury said. They're relatively cheap, Mr. Woodbury said at a 2023 conference that the first Horror Unleashed and Universal Kids Resort would cost several $100 million combined.
And if you read kind of between the lines, he said the first for Horror Unleashed, so there's more that are planned. We'll know when they'll come out. We don't know how many there are. There's more than just Vegas planned, which is going to be interesting to see how that operates in different places. Because Vegas, I think, there's a good tourist industry there. I think, you know, it could work and make sense, but the other areas that are kind of rumored, I don't know if they make sense.
Okay, so we have some HHN Vegas news. They posted auditions. They're looking for actors, dancers, scare actors, and specialty acts. So they're starting to hire kind of the hourly employees.
Before we go over the spec map, we gotta go to Coconut Club, give an offering of our beads to the troll outside.
Hey buddy, it's not April yet. A little too much smoke happening. They have a sign out now. Unwanted beads? Please don't trash them, toss them. What's your desire? It could come true. Beads offered to the troll will be recycled and continue on a new journey. A lot of beads. You don't even know what you're wishing for now because there's so many beads. Okay, they didn't make it on a candle, they just landed on its head.
Last one.
I just love the different colorway that they use, the greens, the purples, the gold here in City Walk.
We're leaving Universal now. Let's go back to the office. We're gonna talk about the spec map, what's going on with some of the IPs and some other stuff we're gonna talk about. So let's head back.
Okay guys, we're back at the office. We have some more HHN updates for you guys. So before we talk about Ghostface and Scream and all that, we have a new speculation map to go over. So here's a rundown for the hollowed out horror speculation map. They have an original house for Nocturnal Nightmares. Then we have the horror of WWE. Then Five Nights at Freddy's. The Amazon original Fallout mystery IP. Original House Dolls, and then Terrifier, and then Demon Cowboys, and then Unknown Original, and then Vikings. I will say some of the originals and then some of the IPs are correct on the speculation map from all the stuff that I've heard. We should start to have our first kind of bits of teases for this year. They normally start towards the end of Mardi Gras, so Mardi Gras ends at the end of what, March? So I would say April is when we'll start to get our first teases for HHN this year. Now Universal normally starts with kind of their generic kind of announcement and then kind of merchandise drop, and then we will get an IP drop. So I'm gonna guess probably Terrifier will be announced first. That's my theory. Now on the speculation map, you saw that they had kind of the horrors of WWE. The rumor was, right, the Wyatt Six were gonna be coming to HHN this year. Apparently we've lost that IP. That's like the internal kind of HHN community rumor that we've lost that IP. It was a real thing that was being worked on, and the rumor was that we lost it. Then there's also other rumors that like we were gonna get that And then The Last of Us was gonna go to HHN Hollywood. Right now, it's all just a giant game of telephone. So only time will tell if we actually lost the Wyatt Six. A bunch of you guys have sent me these photos. So this is gonna be behind the Simpsons attractions. You can see this trailer for Mecca. Mecca does a lot of the houses, and I believe they've also been working on Epic Universe. So they've been back there working on stuff. As you know, they're currently building the houses. And then HHN 365 posted this. The owner of Stitch Factory said in a recent video that these masks were part of a huge order for Universal Studios, as they will be going to a huge Scarecrow event in their theme parks. And then in the comments underneath that video, someone commented, did this just spoil that HHN's going to be bringing Scarecrow back for 2025, question mark? Because they haven't announced anything yet, LOL, unless this is actually for their new year-round Vegas attraction. And he responds with, yeah, I edited that moment out of the video, LOL. All right, so where are the Scarecrow masks gonna end up? They said they're going to LA, but they could be going to Horrors Unleashed. HHN Vegas, as we know, they're gonna be having the Scarecrow kind of house happening there. I don't think they would do another Scarecrow house at HHN Hollywood, because then that would kind of compete with Vegas. So they might be doing like a Scarecrow, either Scare Zone or Terror Tram. HHN 365 also said this. HHN house rumor, according to HHN Legacy, a Scream house is rumored to be coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year. While he hasn't specified, he would assume this is for Orlando and Hollywood. I don't believe this. As we talked about last year, just kind of the bad blood between the Scream franchise and HHN. They built a Scream house and then they wanted to change it, and Universal wasn't happy with that. So that's why we've kind of never had a Scream house in a very long time, is because, you know, there's been some bad blood between the two companies. So it'd be quite a shock to me as if we were actually getting a Scream house this year. We did kind of lose one of those IPs. So magically, if this does happen, which I don't believe it is, that might be replacing the missing IP. But there's rumored to be another horror movie icon coming this year to HHN, which would kind of compete if Ghostface was here. So I give it about a 10% chance that this actually happens. I know Universal's always wanted a Scream house. I think it's very unlikely that this does happen. Let me know down in the comments, would you be excited if a Scream house did come to HHN 34 this year? On that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
Made the connection with the people. I point at them. Made the connection with Hooterate. Point at them. Throw it.